call a preacher, Dr. Dorothy May, to come in Saturday morning and preach in this women's conference like she never preached before. And I'm telling you, for those who don't know these ladies, you're in for a treat. Amen. Amen. Again, we're thankful for all who are present here. We didn't give our second shut-in list out, be updated. And after I get through, Deacon Sipper's going to come with it. And I'll do our final prayer over it. But we want to make sure we get that second shut-in list out before we leave off the air tonight. Amen. And tonight, we get back on demonology. We've been on this subject here for a while. And I'm hoping that someone has been blessed by this series. Teaches us how to address demonic forces, demonic people in all facets of life. Now, I'm going to say this tonight for the record, and hopefully everybody catch on real good. Demons don't necessarily convulge and roll their eyes at the back of their head. All right. And so I want us to understand that. That's the first thing I want you to understand. Just because all that stuff be going on is all satanic, there are satanic voices out there, but then there are some demons that's just already emulated inside of us anyway. It's called a sin nature. And it comes off the fact of feeling emotions, control, want to be the top dog when you ain't learned how to serve. And you want everybody to side with you every chance they get. And that's not going to work in this walk of life anyway. I came up, they say, on the streets of hard knock. Nothing was given to me. Everything was earned. But at the same time, I understand that what God has gifted me to earn, He's also gifted me to give and to be a blessing to somebody else's life. So I can't get mad at another person's success. Because you got to think you've been a part of that success. They may not remember your name, they may not know you, but there comes a certain point where they'll probably sit down in their lives and recognize the true value you brought to their lives. And so that's why I always honor people, period, that has a great influence on my life. I don't take anything lightly. I thank God for my enemies, because they get their props too. If it hadn't been for them, I wouldn't be on the platform where I am now. So you need your enemies. Thank God for your enemies. They are your footstools. Amen. And again, thankful to everybody, to all of our preachers, Elder Snowden, Elder AJ, Lady Harris, to everybody here tonight. I'm grateful for our presence here. Talked about spirit of infirmities last week. The deaf and dumb spirit. These are just the names of the demon spirits. Unclean spirit used. It is familiar spirits, which spirits you already know when you familiarize yourself with, and people do the same thing, repeat the same spirit, and sometimes when you run into that same spirit, that means you hadn't passed the test. But when you run back into that same spirit that you run into, you learn better, which means you do better. Then Eve was talking about the angel of light being deceiving the spirit. The devil makes it seem like something that it is not. And sometimes we're deceived because we're deceived our lives. And that's what we're talking about tonight. Lying. Lying. Go to the book of 1 Kings chapter 22 and verse 23. And while you turn there, I'm going to read this meaning for the word a lying spirit. It says here, it's a lie. In the Greek word, sheker. Disappointment, falsehood, deception, what deceives or disappoints or betrays one. Falsehood. Fraudulently, wrongfully. Testify, falsehood. False oath, swear falsely. You ever heard somebody just, I swear on my daddy's mama grave, I ain't, that's their truth, so they can lie to you and they'll lie. And I always told folk, if you got to put somebody else's name on a lie, you're going to tell. They don't need you saying it to me at all. Matter of fact, you ain't got to tell it when you tell the truth, because the truth stands by itself. Yeah. You have to wait till it come back full circle before you make a decisive decision and make it your own. Falsely, self-deceived prophets. It's a lie, falsehood in general, false tongue, in vain, deceit, liar, a sham, without cause, deceitful, falsehoodly, lying, vain thing, wrongly. It says here, the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Verse 23, he says, now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee. I'm talking about a lying spirit. Micah reveals the inspiration behind the 400 prophets. When you look at it, he says, I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and he says, all the host of heaven standing by. King Ahab and others at the court found it hard to explain how one prophet could be right and 400 prophets could be wrong. Here Micah explains the message of the 400 prophets. And it is possible that this was just a parable. But it is more likely that Micaiah had an accurate prophetic glimpse into the heavenly drama behind these events. On his right hand and on his left hand. Since the right hand was the place of favor, this may indicate that God spoke to the combined host of heaven, both faithful and fallen angelic beings. Some people forget that Satan and his fellow fallen angels have access to heaven. Somebody read Job chapter 1 and verse 6. Real quick, somebody. Job chapter 1 and verse 6 says Satan and his angels have access to heaven. That's amazing. But it's proven here in Job chapter 1 and verse number 6. So, yeah. Read again so we can hear you in the mic.
Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came among them.
Came among them. So, that means God's heavenly angels and Satan and his angels can present themselves before the Lord. Lying is one of the biggest deals going today. It's easy to lie. It's easy to tell a lie and then believe a lie. It's easy to imagine a lie, believe a lie, tell a lie, and then tell somebody else about the lie so they can believe the lie that you started off telling when you first started telling it. It's easy to imagine something in your mind that can bring about falsehood of a lie for everybody to believe that lie, but then build on that lie and exploit that lie to the point to where it could hurt the individual that they're lying on. It's easy to open up your mouth and lie and say what you think is when it's not even that. It's easy to lie, to say what you thought somebody was going to say, and they didn't say it. But then you believe what you thought that they said, that what you think they're going to say, but they didn't say it, but you believe that's where they was going when they say what they said. But they didn't say it, though. But they're going there. But they didn't say it. But they're going there. I felt you lied. You cannot, and I'm going to do this in love tonight. You can't lie to yourself and to the person that you deal with. Because what we don't know is, if you don't let the person get out what's in them, and you subject to lie what you think about them, what they're going to say, you mess up the process of understanding.
See, Pastor,
yes,
that's why the Bible says you have to hear the whole conclusion of the matter.
Right.
No matter, I can tell my side, you can tell your side, but like it says, two sides, but it ain't but one truth.
Right.
So you got to know the difference.
Right.
Because sometimes you can talk yourself and make yourself think you telling the truth when it's also a lie.
Yeah. But
make believe.
Yeah, make believe. But can I show y'all something right quick?
Okay.
All right. Even at that, you said make sure you get the point across, right? I'm glad you said that. See, even in getting the point across, people cross the point because they feel like they have the upper hand of being right in their own mind. How you gonna hear and you cut across? If I couldn't hear your heart, how can I love you? If I can't hear the intent of what you're trying to convey a message to me about, and I cut across you, how can I hear you? Remember,